Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back in here as our other broadcast just coming to a close as we hop in here as a special guest, a special broadcast here this evening, our third broadcast of the night as we got called in here for the third race of the night here is heat race number 1 coming to a close here for the NWRA Dirt Street Stocks here. Let's get that changed here. The NWRA Series on the title there as look at these drivers stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 2. Is heat race number 2 going to get loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll here as these drivers ready to go to battle, ready to go to war here in the NWRA Series. As these drivers getting loaded in and ready to rock and roll as starting on the pole here in heat race number 2 as we'll get ready for our starting lineup. We'll take a quick look back here at what happened in heat race number 1. Is heat race number 1 was Tyler Jackson picking up the win over Ethan Bowers. And then we saw Zeph Castle, Blake Doyle, William Hargraves, James Stockton, Jacob Stefanski, Chris Hill, and Steven Stefanski rounding out the field there in heat race number 1. Unfortunately, we had a second series there that we unfortunately couldn't get both of them in there as quick as possible. But there is your finishing order for heat race number 1 as we'll get ready here for heat race number 2 as starting on the pole in the TNT Racing number 11 ride. That is the 11 machine of Shane Yates. Jeremy Vaughn to his outside with Bradley Means, Joey Brewer, Dr. Nathan Trepo there in position number 6, Cody Gagliano, the 11 of Blake Steele, Chad Puterbo, and Cody Heathcock rounding out the field here in heat race number 2 is quickly Shane Yates back onto the loud pedal. Yates looking to run away here with this one as the TNT Racing number 11 ride out in front as the Tri-City Speed Machine leads the way here and down across the start finish line. Going to click off another lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jeremy Vaughn right there in position number 2 is the BMS NLR number 3 machine. They're in position number 2 as Bradley Means in the 0B right there on his back bumper. Cody Gagliano in the House of Speed, Papa Mike Promotions, Heartland Harley Davidson NLR right there in position number 4. Trying to take a look down low on Bradley Means. Joey Brewer right there in position number 5 with Blake Steele. They're in position number 6. Cody Heathcock there in 7th as Nathan Trepo battling here with that 1 run, getting a good run to the outside of that 1 machine as the 5-6 Graphics number 1 machine trying to hang on to position number 7. Nathan Trepo trying to take that spot back away from the 1 machine with Chad Puterbo bringing up the rear of the field. As out in front, Shane Yates continuing to lead the way here in heat race number 2 as this number 11 ride hooked up and sitting pretty right now in this top spot as the 11 machine continuing to try to open up more and more of a lead here as heat race number 2 underway here. As unfortunately we did miss heat race number 1. We did look at the standings there of how that one played out as we had to get everything ready and everything loaded up here for the second race or third race of the evening here. Eddie coming in showing the love here in this one. We'll read that in a second as Shane Yates out in front here. Going to click off another lap here as the number 11 ride continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one with 4 more laps left to go. What a run and what a drive so far for the TNT Racing 11 ride is, yes, top 4 drivers. Top 4 drivers transfer through into the A main feature event. Everybody else goes to the consolation races as 3 more laps here for Shane Yates to punch his ticket into the show. Here is Jeremy Vaughn sitting pretty there in second with Cody Gagliano in position number 3 and Bradley Means trying to hold on to that 4th and final transfer spot as he looks down low on the House of Speed number 20 ride. He's going to go for the slide job over Cody Gagliano, somehow just barely clearing the 20 ride as Cody's going to pay it back here in corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Bradley Means going to come back down underneath them. Both these drivers currently sitting in transfer spots, but they're not giving up. They're not giving an inch out there on the racetrack as Shane Yates has been displayed the white flag. So for the final time in heat race number 2, down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, it is the 11 of Shane Yates picking up the win here is side by side across the line. Bradley Means getting third over Cody Gagliano, and Jeremy Vaughn sitting pretty there in position number 2 as the top 4 transfer through. Everybody else there will move on to the consolation races. We'll get a look here at our finishing order here in heat race number 2 on the evening. What a run and what a drive right there. Out of Shane Yates picking up the win as Yates gets the win. Jeremy Vaughn there in second. Bradley Means there in third with Cody Gagliano in that 4th and final transfer spot. You see Blake Steele on the outside looking in with Joey Brewer, Chad Puderbo, Nathan Trepo, and Cody Heathcock rounding out the field there in heat race number 2 as we get ready for heat race number 3. As heat race number 3 is about to get underway here as these drivers loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll. Starting on the pole in the number 533, that is Sean Powers. To his outside in the 144 ride, a new looking ride here for Jordan LaFawn as you see the number 55, that is actually Jamie Massey sporting a Cruz Caudell paint scheme here this evening. And then to his outside, Cody Ernest there in position number 4. Lon Franks there in 5th with Tim Taylor and his TNT Racing number 99 ride there in 6th with Dan Stifler, Andrew Tenold there in position number 8, and Dale Farnes there in position number 9. As we are quickly green flag racing the 533 ride out in front, as not out in front is Jamie Massey already finding his way out in front as this number 55 ride this evening. This is going to mess me up. The 55 of Jamie Massey, not Cruz Condellis. He's in Cruz Condellis' paint scheme here. The 55 of Jamie Massey leading the way is the 533 as Sean Powers trying to battle back here, trying to get back to the rear bumper of that 55 ride, and see Jordan LaFawn trying to work himself up into position number 2 as Sean Powers right there to his inside, and Lon Franks hanging on to that 4th and final transfer spot as the 99 ride of Tim Taylor there in position number 5 as Cody Ernest down low trying to work himself up into 6 as Dan Stifler working to his outside. Andrew Tenold and Dale Farnes there as well trying to work themselves up towards the top 5 as man, oh man, oh man, some great racing action up here towards the front of the field as Jordan LaFawn trying to hunt down our race leader Jamie Massey as Massey continuing to lead the way, but the 144 of Jordan LaFawn right there on his back bumper. LaFawn looking to make the move to try to jump out in front and take this lead away from the 55 of Jamie Massey here this evening. So many of my teammates I didn't know race this. Let's go NLR, let's go. Brycey Bear coming in, showing the love here in this one. Bryce also coming in with that resubscription over there on Facebook earlier today. One of our longest standing subscribers here on PeaceMaker Gaming, part of that exclusive PeaceMaker Sub Club. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Brian Dickinson, and Skylar Pruitt, another one of our long-standing subscribers in the chat as well, cheering on Wayne Pierce here this evening. As out in front, Jamie Massey continuing to lead the way here in this one. I do apologize if the overlay does not seem to want to work. It doesn't like to work throughout heat races. I don't understand why. It's part of the back end stuff with SDK. Nothing I can do about it to fix it. As Lugnut Lucy coming in, cheered on Nathan Trepo here in this one over on YouTube as Jamie Massey out at corner number 4 is going to see 2 more laps left to go. The twin sticks up in the air here for that number 55 ride of Jamie Massey is Jordan LaFawn sitting pretty there in position number 2 with Lon Franks there in 3rd, and Sean Powers holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot into the A main feature event. That means Tim Taylor, Dan Stifler, Dale Farnes, Cody Ernest, and Andrew Tenold rounding out the top 9 here in this one. And unfortunately, those final 5 drivers will be headed to a consolation race as Jamie Massey for the final time down through quarter number 3 and at quarter number 4. Massey is going to pick up heat race win number 3 here on the evening. Jordan LaFawn there in second with Lon Franks and Sean Powers rounding out our 4 transfer positions into the show. Brycey Bear showing the love here with this sub badge and his sub comment here with the 19 months. That's a good number. That is a great number here for your teammate that's usually in the 19 machine, but for some reason here this evening he decided to hop in the old 55 ride, a Cruz Condell's machine, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 4. As heat race number 4 about to get underway. We got some shout outs to get caught up here, as Frank Fonda with the like on the stream, Skylar Pruitt coming in showing the love with the like as well, Cody Dwayne Heathcock dropping the thumbs up with Wayne Pierce with the like and the share, Colton Kraft with the like on the broadcast here, Jake Stefanski with the like and the share, Vicky Schuller showing the love with the like, as Mama Schuller coming in showing the love here in this one, Steven Stefanski, Andrew Tenold coming in showing the love with the reactions as well, Cody Ernest in Ernest Racing coming in with the shares, Nathan Smith with the heart reaction, Eddie Farnes coming in with the shares and the like as well, Lane Phillips with the thumbs up, Cody Ernest, Bryce Dickinson, Jordan LaFawn with the reactions as well, and Cody Dwayne Heathcock coming in with the share as heat race number 4 is about to get underway here. Is out in front, it's Jeremy Akins leading us down to the green flag. Stephen Gaines, Zachary J. Clark, Lane Phillips rounding out our top 4 here with Grady Ehrman. They're in position number 5, the TNT Racing number 2 of Jason Gunnels. They're in position number 6. Stephen Burrow and Wayne Pierce there in 7th and 8th, with Jacob Todd not out onto the racetrack here in heat race number 4, as Stephen Gaines is going to jump up and gain the lead here as the 07 ride out in front. Jeremy Akins down low though, looking to try to take that top spot back away, but here comes Lane Phillips. The NLR House of Speed Papa Mike machine there to the outside, trying to find a groove to the outside of the 57 of Jeremy Akins, as Akins has that DWR ride hooked up, still right down to the inside of the 07, as Stephen Gaines is going to lead another lap down across the start-finish line. See Grady Ehrman working himself up into a transfer spot now, into that 4th and final transfer into the A main feature event, as the Race on Texas 727 ride of Zach Clark back there in position number 5. He's on the outside looking in, knows he needs to pick up one more spot to punch his ticket into the show. The 2 ride of Jason Gunnels right there in 6th, with Stephen Burrow, Wayne Pierce, and Jacob Todd rounding out the field, as Stephen Gaines continues to lead the way, as here comes Grady Ehrman with a big slide job over the 57 of Jeremy Akins. Akins able to hang on to it and keep that 57 hooked up down low, but now that preferred line coming with all the speed and all the momentum to his outside, as the 727 gonna jump up there and try to fill that void there to his outside. Jeremy Akins trying to fill it here as he's trying to use some muscle. Unfortunately, no hole up there for the 57 ride, as Zach Clark going to get another good run here, but unfortunately gets up into the outside wall there, and that's going to allow the 57 of Jeremy Akins to slide back up to the high side lane here and close the door possibly on this Race on Texas 727 ride of Zach Clark. As the laps continue to get clicked down here in heat race number 3, things getting very, very interesting around the racetrack, as Carolina Sim Sports coming in showing the love, Warthog Toboggan coming in showing the love as well, says let's go Trepo. Bean Cheese coming in, says Peacemaker, what up Bean Cheese, how are ya? Coming in showing the love here in this one, with 2 more laps left to go in our, I believe, our 4th and final heat race, but I could be wrong. We could have one more. Stephen Gaines leading the way though, jumped out in front in a quick hurry, as his Cocky Floyd Consulting Speed Ranch number 07 ride is going to see the white flag fly, so one more time around here for Stephen Gaines, as Gaines out in front with Lane Phillips, Grady Ehrman, and now Zach Clark. They're in position number 4 as Gaines out of corner number 4 for the final time here in heat race number 4. He's going to pick up the win and punch his ticket into the A main feature event. Lane Phillips, Grady Ehrman, and Zach Clark are going to join him in the main event, as we'll get ready here for our first consolation race of the evening. Our first consi is about to get underway here as these drivers get loaded into the sim and ready to rock and roll. Carolina Sim Sports says, let's go. Ethan Bowers and Nathan Smith says, play some COD later, peace. Laugh out loud. Not tonight, Nathan, not tonight. I actually have to get up super early in the morning. I got to be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So I got like 6 hours before I got to go wake up. So, we got to get this done and then go to bed, try to get my 5 or 6 hours of sleep if I'm lucky, and try to get a little dinner in there at some point as well, and then obviously wake up and do what we need to do throughout the day as we'll get ready here for our first consolation race of the evening. Top 4 will transfer through here in this one. So that means 6 drivers will unfortunately be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here as out in front, starting on the pole. In the Dirt Panda, Malum Electric, Viv's Liquor, Joyride Design, 71H, that is William Hargraves. To his outside in the TNT Racing, Memphis Grizzlies, number 99, that is Tim Taylor. Starting in position number 3 in the Dark Side Racing, Cocky Floyd Consulting, number 37, as James Stockton. Into his outside in the 71 ride, it's the DWR ride of Dan Stifler. Jacob Stefanski in the 32 ride there in 5th with the 27 of Dale Farnes to his outside. Then we see the 5H of Chris Hill, Cody Ernest, Steven Stefanski in the 45 of Andrew Tenold, rounding out the field as we are quickly back to Green Flag Racing here in this one as our first consolation race of the evening is underway. Quickly, William Hargraves on to the loud pedal as William Hargraves out in front looking to try to run away with this one, trying to punch his ticket into this A main feature event as the KC Speedworks machine continuing to lead the way. Tim Taylor working to the outside here, up in that outside group as they're almost 3 wide, right down to his inside is the 32 ride of Jacob Stefanski trying to poke his nose. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack is the WB Crave Designs, Throttle Down Motorsports, Sunrise Racing, number 32 in that 4th and final transfer spot, but he's not done yet as he's finding some great speed down on the bottom side of the racetrack as they go 3 wide down into quarter number 3. Some great racing action here from the dirt track at Charlotte as they're 3 wide battling here for the 2nd spot here this evening, and that's exactly what William Hargraves wants to see, as Hargraves trying to run away with this one, trying to open up a bit of a lead as some contact deeper in the field. Chris Hill getting bounced around a little bit of contact as Steven Stefanski, Cody Ernest, and Andrew Tenold trying to get around that 5H ride, trying to work themselves back up towards this front pack. As Tim Taylor there in 2nd, Jacob Stefanski right there in 3rd, but a big run coming to the outside is James Stockton working to the outside now of Jacob Stefanski here for position number 3, is once again only the top 4 drivers. Top 4 drivers will go to the A main feature event. Everybody else will be going to the consolation races going to the feature event. Top 4 will go to the feature. Everyone else will be joining the fans in the stand. Sorry, Chad, it's been a long night. This is race number 3 on the evening for us up here in the broadcast booth, and we literally had about 1 minute to figure all of the things we needed out there between the last broadcast ending and this one starting up. So we've been working here this evening. We're working hard here tonight, Chad, that's for certain, as Hargraves out in front leading the way here in this one as he gets up and gets a piece of the outside wall. May open the door down low here for the TNT Racing ride of Tim Taylor, as Taylor there in position number 2 is James Stockton. There in 3rd, and Jacob Stefanski there in that 4th and final transfer spot as he's in that final ticket into the A main feature event. Dale Farnes in the DA number 27 ride there in position number 5. Knows he's on the outside looking in as the Mountain View Plumbing 27 ride trying to work himself up into a transfer spot, getting right to the back bumper here of Jacob Stefanski. Stefanski continue to roll that bottom lane here. It's continuing to pay off for him, but Farnes finding some great speed down through the middle here, has been able to get right to his back bumper. Dan Stifler there in position number 6 with Steven Stefanski there in 7th. Andrew Tenold there in position number 8 with Cody Ernest back there in 9th. And Chris Hill rounding out the field in position number 10. Unfortunately off the racetrack here for the 5H machine. Is out in front. William Hargraves continuing to lead the way here as Hargraves out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one as he's out in front. But here comes a big move. Tim Taylor with the slider trying to jump up and take this race lead away late in this one. Tim Taylor says, you know what? I'm not happy with just punching my ticket into the A-Main feature event. I want to win this consolation race as he's going to drive it down low here in 1 and 2, looking for the slide job. Can't pull the trigger, though, as a big run for Hargraves down out of corner number 2 as Hargraves and Tim Taylor duke it out here for that top spot. James Stockton right there in position number 3, and Dale Farnes there in position number 4 as we see the caution flag fly. Our first caution flag here of the evening, and it's coming out late in this consolation race, and things are just about to get wild here, ladies and gentlemen, as everyone knows that this is their last opportunity. This is their last chance to make it into the dance here as the 15 ride of Steven Stefanski. Fortunately, having some issues here is the 15 ride. The Throttle Down Motorsports machine just has the 45 send it in there. Oh, man, what a hit for Steven Stefanski as the 45 just drives in there, kind of tail whips him, and unfortunately, hard contact in this 15 machine goes straight head on into the outside wall. Heavy contact, a heavy hit right there for the 15 machine. The Sunrise Racing ride, Steven Stefanski, as that is a tore-up race car, and a heavy hit there. Hopefully the driver is A-okay, and hopefully he can continue on, you know, for the rest of the week, as unfortunately his night may be done here as he may be headed down to the infield, medical center here at the dirt track at Charlotte as he takes that car off the racetrack, and that will do it here for Steven Stefanski as we get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Single file restarts here in this one as out in front, William Hargraves looking to continue to lead the way and looking for the checkered flag here in this consti with Tim Taylor, James Stockton, and Jacob Stefanski getting that 4th spot back away from the 27 ride of Dale Farnes as the caution flag came out as the 27 ride was trying to make that pass on the 32, but the 32 continues to hold on to position number 4, but door to door down into corner number 3. Nice and easy out of corner number 4. This time, Hargraves is going to see the white flag fly. One more time around here for William Hargraves to get it done here this evening as he's looking to punch his ticket into the A-Main feature event. Tim Taylor, James Stockton, and Jacob Stefanski rounding out our top 4 as that's the bout for the final transfer spot. Some contact as Farnes gets a piece of him, but door to door down across the line, it's Jacob Stefanski in that final transfer into the A-Main feature event from consolation race number 1. Man, oh man, what a run, what a drive, and what a finish right there in those closing laps here for our first consolation race of the evening as we'll get ready to take a look here at those final standings as right there you get a good look. Hargraves, Tim Taylor, James Stockton, and Jacob Stefanski will punch their tickets into the A-Main feature event. Unfortunately, Dale Farnes, Cody Ernest, Dan Stifler, Andrew Tenold, Steven Stefanski, and Chris Hill will all be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here this evening as we'll get ready to rock and roll here with our second consolation race of the evening as our second consi about to get underway here as starting on the pole in the number 11 machine is the WR1 Team CFM Esports number 11 of Blake Steele. To his outside in the number 57 ride is the DWR, the Dirt Warrior Racing Machine of Jeremy Akins. Then you see Joey Brewer there in 3rd. Jason Gunnels in the TNT Racing ride there in position number 4. Chad Puderbo, Steven Burrow, Nathan Trepo, the Witch Doctor there in 7th. Wayne Pearson is Black Diamond Mafia, number 46 right there in 8th. And then Cody Dwayne Heathcock and Jacob Todd rounding out the field here in this one as the green flag quickly back in the air for our B-Main consolation race. The 11 of Blake Steele going to lead us down the back straightaway into corner number 3 as he's out in front and sitting pretty here in the 11 machine. As out at corner number 4, he's going to lead lap number 1 here in consolation race number 2. Jeremy Akins there in 3rd with Jason Gunnels making a couple moves and working himself up into position number 3 here as Joey Brewer falls back to position number 4 in that 4 ride. And don't look now because here comes Chad Puderbo and Nathan Trepo trying to work themselves up towards the front of the field. Cody Heathcock Stephen Burrow, Jacob Dodd, and Wayne Pierce. Rounding out the field here is Dr. Trepo, the Witch Doctor, trying to work himself up into the show here as he's battling to the inside of the 20P ride of Chad Peterbo for position number 5, as he knows top 4 will transfer through. Everybody else will be joining the fans in the stands here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been enjoying the racing action, make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow, and hit that subscribe button. As out in front, Blake Steele trying to hold on to the lead as Jeremy Akins down low looking to try to take that top spot away from him. Jason Gunnels there in position number 3 with Joey Brewer in position number 4 and looking for more here as he's trying to hang on as they're 3 wide back there behind him. Here comes Jacob Dodd, the 95 ride, working himself towards the front of the field after missing his heat race. Had to start this Conti at the rear of the field, and here he is, up into position number 5, looking for a drive to the front of the pack as he goes door to door with the 4 of Joey Brewer as, Chad Peterbo up into the outside fence. He's going to go around. No caution flag as of yet as Cody Heathcock upside down goes for a little bit of a roly-poly there in corner number 2. No caution flag. The 20P ride still parked there as there is the caution. Caution flag will come out as Peterbo does take his ride down pit side, as we'll take a look back to see what brings out this caution flag in our B main Conti here in this one. It's Chad Peterbo. There on the high side, the green and white ride just gets a little piece of Dr. Trepo right there as Nate Trepo just nowhere to go, just holding his line there. We'll take another look at it as this battle just unfortunately, Chad Peterbo looks like he's just gets a little contact there from Nathan Trepo as they come together. He's trying to correct his car, trying to keep it from going around into the infield, and unfortunately overcorrects it. Goes up into the outside fence there. Nowhere to go for Cody Heathcock. The 45 ride getting a good piece of that one. And Wayne Pierce nowhere to go as well as he slides in there and gets a big piece of the 20 ride and another piece of the 1 machine, as that's going to put Cody Heathcock up onto his lid here as he's going to go for a nice slow roll upside down there in corner number 1. And fortunately, that will pull out our caution flag here as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to battle. Here is Blake Steele out in front, continuing to lead the way. Robin's racing, says Jordan Phillips. Robin is racing. Yo, Brett Wheeler, how are you, brother, coming in? If so, just message me. Happy to help. Absolutely, Brett. Absolutely, my boy. You know it, homie. Do you need a hand at fixing that logo over the SDK gaming logo on the top right of the screen? Yeah, brother, I don't know any of like the back end stuff of SDK, man. I don't know any of that coding stuff or anything else. I haven't even really looked into it. It's just all way too confusing. It's over my head. I'll just overlay the logo over top of it. But I mean, if you want to help me out and make it, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. Throw my logos in there. Make sure that they're in those proper spots over the SDK logo. And if you ever find out a reason why SDK doesn't like to work throughout heat races and Contis, that would be great to know as well, as I don't understand why it doesn't automatically refresh itself. I gotta go in and refresh it, and then it still doesn't work until feature time, and then the feature, it seems to work pretty good with the name scrolling across and the intervals and everything else. But heat races and Contis, it seems to get pretty messed up and does not want to work. I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it, everything else still hasn't worked out. Still hasn't worked out for us, unfortunately, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. There's 8 more laps left to go here, as halfway in and halfway to go in this consolation race as we get them ready to go. As Warthog Toboggan says, rack up, stack up, snacked up, cracked up, backed up, smacked up, jacked up. We're all the ups here. We're all the ups this evening. As we get ready to go, the 11 ride out in front, looking for the green flag down out of corner number 4. Blake Steele back onto the lap pedal as he looks to run away here with this B main consolation race. Jeremy Akins in tow, and then here you go. The 2 ride of Jason Gunnels there in 3rd, and Jacob Todd from the rear of the field. Now up into that 4th and final transfer spot, trying to work himself even farther forward. Here is the 95 ride with a great run as the 46 of Wayne Pierce gets up into the outside fence there. Some pretty heavy damage on the 46 ride of Wayne Pierce as You see the 4 ride of Joey Brewer trying to hold on to position number 4 here, but unfortunately, or number 5 as Stephen Burrow to his outside. The TNT Racing ride going to jump up to the high side here, going to battle with them door to door as Nathan Trepo, the Witch Doctor, down low, getting a good run here. Unfortunately, has to get onto the binders there a little bit as Joey Brewer almost cut his nose off right there on the bottom side of corner number 1 as they're going to continue to duke it out here. A lot of great racing just on the outside of a transfer spot. Looking in here as the 95 rider Jacob Todd continues to try to work himself towards the front of the field. Blake Steele out in front, though, continuing to lead the way here as Jeremy Akins. They're in position number 3, sitting pretty here with Jason Gunnels back there on the hot seat in that 4th and final transfer spot, but he's got a good gap back there behind him as Joey Brewer continuing to try to hold on to position number 5 here. Unfortunately, he's still 1 spot out of a transfer spot, knowing that only the top 4 will move on. Top 4 will punch their tickets into the A main feature event. Everybody else behind them will be going up into the grandstands and joining the fans here for the rest of the evening. As Blake Steele continuing to lead the way, has the 11 right out in front, but here comes Jacob Todd down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Is Todd having himself a heck of a run here in this consolation race, coming from position number 10 up to the race lead as Jacob Todd and Blake Steele door to door down at a corner number 2. Steele looking for a big run down into corner number 3, but the 95 looking to try to jump up and clear the 11 ride is out at corner number 4. We're gonna see the white flag fly one more time around here for Jacob Todd, going from the outhouse to the penthouse here in this B main as the 95 ride looking to pick up the B main Consi win. Blake Steele right there in second, Jeremy Akins in position number 3, and Jason Gunnels in position number 4. Is out of 4. It's the 95 of Jacob Todd, going from the rear of the field to the front of the pack to pick up the win here in the B main. Blake Steele, Jeremy Akins, and Jason Gunnels rounding out our top 4s. Unfortunately, everybody else will be headed to the consolation races. What a run and what a drive right there for Jacob Todd. SDK can't even figure that out. You will have to use the standings on the tower on the left during the heats, and then for the feature, use the NASCAR ticker. That's actually a pretty good idea, honestly. I never really thought of that. Yeah, the tower usually seems to work. So, like, that's actually a pretty good idea. I haven't really thought of that one before. So we might have to try that one out next time. See if that works pretty good for us. I did a slide job in the Consi. Timmy, you definitely did a slide job in the Consi right there, brother. That was a heck of a move and a heck of a run right there. Hit me up after your broadcast, and I'll get you fixed up. I'll probably hit you up tomorrow, Brett. Unfortunately, I got to head to bed as soon as this broadcast is over. All right, 3rd broadcast of the evening, and it's already going on to 11 o'clock Eastern time here. I got to be up in like 7 hours to, unfortunately, got a lot of running around to do tomorrow morning. Got to get up and head to the shop and put some work in there and then do some running around. So it's going to be a pretty long day for me tomorrow, unfortunately, but we'll try to get you up. We'll try to hit you up tomorrow when I'm not trying to sleep or trying to get food into me in a quick hurry. My boy Keith Acne coming in, showing the love in this one as well. How are you, Keith? Keith coming in, showing the love here as Blade Wisdom coming in, cheering on Ethan Bowers as well throughout this one as well. Man, lots of people tuning in, showing the love here throughout the evening. Hello, Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson coming in, showing the love. My boy Thomas Dennis coming in, showing the love as well. Says, yo, Aaron, how you doing, Sir Thomas? My boy, I'm always doing good, brother. I'm always doing good. All good. Hit me up whenever. Perfect. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, my boy. Thank you, my boy. I didn't even know how to do a slide job. You didn't know, but now you do. He says, I'm retired. I just sit back and watch the drama unfold. Listen, brother, that's the best place to be. That's the best place to be, honestly, on the sidelines staring in. That's the good place to be. My boy, Kevin O'Delly coming in with the like on the stream. Jason Gunnels with the like and the share, as well as these drivers if they're on the racetrack for a quick warm-up session as we're going to get ready to jump back up here into the booth for our A-main feature event here in just a little bit, as I'm going to get a quick drink into us, and we're going to get ready here for our A-main feature event here in just a few more moments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't go anywhere, as we're going to be right back here in just a few more seconds. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to rock and roll here for our A-Main feature event. As our A-Main is about to get underway, these drivers getting ready to duke it out for 50 laps of racing action here this evening. "50 laps of racing action here ahead of us as these drivers get loaded into the sim and are ready to rock and roll, ready to look for a win here this evening, as trying to get the overlay to work here at least a little bit with the NASCAR tower here, as starting on the pole in the number 822, that is T-Jack Tyler Jackson leading us down to the green flag. The number 11 is Shane Yates there in second with Jamie Massey in the 55 ride. They're in position number 3. To his outside in the Speed Ranch 07 ride, that is Stephen Gaines. And down on the inside of row number 3, the 00, that is Ethan Bowers. To his outside in the 3 machine, that is Jeremy Vaughn. And then we see the 144 of Jordan LaFawn in Lane Phillips bringing up row number 4. Seth Castle in the 4 machine. In the 0B of Bradley Means rounding out our top 10, as Lon Franks there in 11th with Grady Ehrman to his outside. Blake Doyle there in 13th with Cody Gagliano to his outside in that 14th position. In the 533 is Sean Powers rounding out our top 15. Zach Clark, William Hargraves, Jacob Todd, Blake Steele, Tim Taylor, James Stockton, Jeremy Akins, Jacob Stefanski, and Jason Gunnels rounding out the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte for the NWRA series, as Tyler Jackson T-Jack is going to lead lap number 1 here in this one. So T-Jack out in front is Jamie Massey battling down low, trying to find a hole underneath the 822 ride as Jamie looking for the top spot, already working himself around Shane Yates. Yates back to position number 3 as they're 3 wide back there behind him as Jeremy Vaughn trying to get hooked up here on that high to middle side groove here as the 3 machine looking strong as they're almost 4 wide off of quarter number 2. The 07 ride as Stephen Gaines unfortunately sliding back a couple spots early on in this race, saw what was happening, got onto the binders and made sure he didn't get in the middle of a sandwich down the back straightaway. As Jamie Massey gonna jump up here in battle door to door with Tyler Jackson for the top spot is T-Jack going for the slide job lane here, trying to find some runs, trying to find some momentum. Unfortunately, isn't gonna work as Jamie Massey jumps up and takes the race lead away here from the number 822 ride. So move Jamie Massey out in front as T-Jack right back to his rear bumper, looking to try to take a sharp bite out of his back bumper here, trying to work himself back to the race lead. Jamie, though, one tough cookie to try to get back around as T-Jack trying his best to open up a door down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Shane Yates there in third with Jeremy Vaughn into position number 4. Stephen Gaines there in the 5th position with Ethan Bowers there in 6th. Jordan LaFawn there in 7th. Seth Castle there in 8th. Lane Phillips in position number 9 in the 29 with Bradley Means to his outside, rounding out our top 10. Grady Ehrman and Cody Gagliano trying to work themselves up inside the top 10 as the 20R ride, trying to work himself up here. Some contact, some beating a bang, and around goes Zach Clark. Clark turned around down through the infield here, no caution flag. Unfortunate break there for the Race on Texas 727 ride of Zach Clark as him and Blake Doyle got together. They both go for a loop-de-loop. Now both on the outside of the top 20 here. The 38 ride not done yet, trying to work himself back inside the teens here as he looks underneath the 57 of Jeremy Akins for that 19th position. A couple hard chargers here as Blake Steele up 6 positions already in this race. Steele into that 14th position, trying to work himself to the front of the pack as Cody Gagliano, Grady Ehrman right there as Cody has worked himself now inside the top 10 as the 20R ride. The House of Speed, Papa Mike Promotions, Heartland Harley Davidson NLR Machine. They're in position number 10 now, picking up 4 spots, working himself inside the top 10, but no one moving farther out in front than this 55 ride of Jamie Massey's Massey. Out in front with the Get a Bumper Motorsports. Donkey Floyd Consulting, House of Speed, number 55 ride. of Cruz Condell's paint scheme here on the evening, as Jamie unfortunately doesn't have enough paint schemes himself. He had to run Cruz's here this evening for Cruz Condell. It's Cruz, unfortunately not here in this one, but he is in spirit as Jamie Massey leads the way over Tyler Jackson, Shane Yates, Jeremy Vaughn, and Stephen Gaines rounding out our top 5. See Ethan Bowers there in 6th, with Bradley Means starting to work himself towards the top 5. Here is the 0B ride. Been showing a lot of speed here over the last few months, and he continues to get better and better and better. Every single one of these races is the Dark Side Racing. Cocky Floyd Consulting, Adrenaline Racing 0B ride right there in position number 7 on the back bumper of the 00 ride. Cruz don't know how to get new paints. Cruz doesn't know how to get new paints. Yeah, I could believe that. Cruz has been in that 55 ride for quite a while, and now we see Jamie Massey sporting that number 55 machine here this evening as T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, and his always faithful KC Speedworks, Majula A Speed Shop, shopfergie22.com, 822 ride. Tyler Jackson there in position number 2 with the TNT Racing. Number 11 ride is Shane Yates there in 3rd, and Jeremy Vaughn with a great run here in his Papa Mike Promotions, Heartland Harley Davidson NLR machine right there in position number 4 in Looking for More. Stephen Gaines in his Speed Ranch 07 ride there in position number 5 has the number 00 right there behind him is the TNT Racing rider Ethan Bowers trying to work himself back inside the top 5 as we look back throughout the field. Unfortunately, Lane Phillips sliding back here a little bit throughout this portion of the race. The 29 right outside the top 10, now back into position number 12. Lon Franks right there as well in position number 13 as Tim Taylor working himself up towards the front of the field here, up 5 positions in his TNT Racing Memphis Grizzlies number 99 ride. Jacob Dodd down low in that 95 ride, trying to work himself up inside the top 15 here as he looks down low on Tim Taylor for that 15th position as Blake Steele right there in that fight. William Hargraves in the Malibu Electric, Dirt Panda, Bibs Liquor, Joy Ride Design 71H ride there in that 17th position there, working the outside lane, and then you see the Throttle Down Motorsports Sunrise Racing number 32 of Jacob Stefanski there in 18th with the Adrenaline Racing, Cocky Floyd Consulting, Dark Side Racing 37 of James Stockton there in 19th. Jeremy Aikens in his DWR iRacing iFlag number 57 ride there in 20th with Jason Gunnels. The TNT Racing number 2 ride there in 21st with Sean Powers in the 533 there in 22nd. The Race on Texas 727 ride of Zach Clark there in 23rd, and Blake Doyle unfortunately off the racetrack, rounding out our field in his TNT Racing ride down pit side and loaded up onto the trailer. As out in front, the 55 of Jamie Massey continuing to lead the way here in this one as slowly but surely we're rolling up onto halfway in and halfway to go here in this race. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are enjoying the racing action, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as man, what a run and what a show these drivers are putting on for us here this evening as Jamie Massey continues to lead the way as we're gonna jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up here this evening. And unfortunately the caution flag is going to fly here in this one. The caution flag going to come out here, our first caution flag of this event. Words are tough sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, as the caution flag is going to fly. We saw Jason Gunnels having some issues there just before this, as we'll take a look and see what happened to the 2 ride of Jason Gunnels deeper in the field here. 2 machine, the TNT Racing ride, is not having the run he wanted to this evening, and looks like the 533 down to his inside, going to give him a little bump there. Unfortunately loses the rear end, goes for a quick little loop-de-loop there down the bottom side of corner number 2, and hits the 2 right down into the infield before the caution flag would fly, as we saw Jordan LaFawn having some issues here in his number 144 machine. As let me see if we can find where Jordan LaFawn is on the screen here. There we go. Here's the 144 ride as he sends it down into corner number 3 and 4. Just makes a little bit of contact right there with Bradley Means. Unfortunately just loses the front end. The House of Speed, Papa Mike Promotions, Heartland, Harley Davidson, and LR machine going for a bit of a loop-de-loop right there, and unfortunately, that car sideways on the racetrack with a bunch of lead lap cars coming right at him. They call that caution flag in a quick hurry. Is a tough break right there for Jordan, having himself a great run. Unfortunately, that's going to put him towards the rear of the field. So the car just gets tight, washes up the racetrack through the slick stuff. Unfortunately, gets a piece of the 0B. Ryan loses the front end. The rear end kicks out and around on him, and right there as he's sideways in the middle of the racetrack, that is going to bring the caution flag out here as the flagman getting a great look at it there. We are quickly back to green flag racing as the restart underway here. That number 55 of Jamie Massey hooked up down low, but here comes T-Jack up on the high side. A big run there for Tyler Jackson. Taking a good look down low as he goes for the slide jump. Here out in front is Jamie Massey going to cross him back over. Door to door down into corner number 3. T-Jack looking for a good run here to the outside, trying to stay right there to the outside group. Unfortunately, couldn't quite hang on there as the 55 of Jamie Massey is able to clear him, but T-Jack not done yet, and here comes Stephen Gaines into the picture. Stephen Gaines right there into position number 3 as the Speed Ranch 07 ride, finding some speed here late in this race as he's right there ready to bounce, trying to catch up to our top 2 here as Tyler Jackson and Jamie Massey continue to put on a show here at the front of the field, as Jamie with the high side momentum down into corner number 3, but T-Jack thinking about going for the slide job, makes some contact up towards the outside wall. Here comes the 07 of Stephen Gaines. He's going to poke his nose into that pedal as we're almost 3 wide here for the top spot. 3 wide out of corner number 2, but Jamie Massey with the hindsight momentum will cut down the racetrack out in front as T-Jack going to slide back to position number 3. Stephen Gaines up into 3rd and there. 4 wide back there behind him. 4 wide. Here's a bunch of NLR rides right there in the mix as here comes Cody Gagliano, the 3 machine of Jeremy Vaughn, in the 29 of Lane Phillips, trying to work himself up towards the front of the field, and Jordan LaFawn right there in position number 6. See even Bowers there in that 5th position as Shane Yates and Tyler Jackson, Stephen Gaines and Jamie Massey right there in front of him as Massey trying to hang on to position number 1 here in this one as Gaines trying to figure out a way to jump up and around the 55 ride of Jamie Massey here this evening. 18 more laps left to go. Things are just starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go, as these guys are putting on one amazing race for us here in this one. Wowzers, what a run, what a show that we're seeing here this evening with the NWR, the Northwest Racing Association, put on a beautiful street stock race here for us this evening as a special guest here tonight on the broadcast for us, as this isn't our league. Unfortunately, their regular broadcaster, I don't know who it is, couldn't make it here this evening, but we got questioned a couple times by a couple people, and we decided we'd jump up and fill that void here for everybody to be able to enjoy some great racing action here this evening as Jamie Massey out in front, Stephen Gaines there in position number 2, Tyler Jackson there in 3rd with Shane Yates and Ethan Bowers rounding out our top 5. Jordan LaFawn there in 6th with Lane Phillips there in 7th. Bradley Means, Brady Herman, and Cody Gagliano rounding out our top 10. As Jeremy Vaughn unfortunately sliding backwards here into the 11th position here. The 3 machine falling off here in this second half of the race, but he's still right there just on the outside of the top 10 looking in. Vaughn Frank, the 10 right there in position number 12 with Jake Stefanski. James Stockton door-to-door there for position number 13 as Kim Taylor right there in the mix in the 95 ride of Jacob Todd on the outside of the top 15 looking in. Seth Castle there in 17th with Sean Powers. Jeremy Akins and Zachary J. Clark in the race on Texas 727 ride, rounding out our top 20 here in this one with Blake Steele back in 21st. William Hargraves in position number 22, unfortunately off the racetrack with Jason Gunnels, and Blake Doyle also not out there on the racetrack as the two rides still down pit side is out in front, continuing to lead the way now with a pretty good lead. It is Jamie Massey opening up his advantage here as down out of quarter number 4, he's going to see that lead grow to 1.3 seconds now between himself and Tyler Jackson as T-Jack going after the 07, and here comes Shane Yates right into the thick of things. Shane Yates down low as they go 3 wide here for position number 2. This is exactly what Jamie Massey wants to see. He wants to see these drivers go to battle and making sure that these drivers stay back there behind them as they continue to duke it out, as here comes Ethan Bowers right into the thick of things as well as the TNT Racing rides trying to work themselves up into the podium here, trying to hunt down our second and third place drivers of Stephen Gaines and Tyler Jackson. Jamie Massey, though, continuing just to hit his marks here, finding some great speed out of that 55 ride as he continues to lead the way, enters up on the extreme high side, cuts down the racetrack, gets a big run down the hill here as they're 4 wide, back there behind him again. 4 wide down through corner 3 and 4 as these guys are putting on a show for us here in this one. Stephen Gaines, Tyler Jackson, Ethan Bowers, and Shane Gaines absolutely dicing things up here for that second position, and here comes Jordan LaFawn, Lane Phillips, Bradley Means, Brady Herman, and Cody Gagliano trying to put their names into the ring here for a podium finish here this evening. Stephen Gaines trying to hold on to second here. T-Jack trying to break away from the rest of the hungry drivers back there behind him as our second place driver looking for a good run down at a corner number 4 here. As they continue to battle, Jamie Massey's just been able to continuously keep on opening that gap. Is more and more and more as he heads down into corner number 3, a 1.7 second advantage at the end of the straightaways. Stephen Gaines there in second, still in tow as here comes Joel LaFawn working himself inside the top 5. Gaines right there in that second spot as T-Jack, Ethan Bowers, Jordan LaFawn, and so many other hungry drivers back there behind him trying to jump up and knock him off that second spot. Podium finish as they want to be up here in the broadcast booth, but right now no one being able to figure out a way to get around that 07 ride, and I don't think he's holding up traffic here, but unfortunately the 07 and the 822 with Tyler Jackson, our second and third place drivers, they have not been able to close the gap here on Jamie Massey. As Massey now with almost a 2-second advantage here over our second place driver Stephen Gaines. Gaines trying to figure out something here late in this race, trying to find a run, trying to find a lane, be able to work himself up towards our race leader as the laps continue to get clicked down in a quick hurry. This time at a corner number 4. We see 3 more laps left to go with some contact. T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, Ethan Bowers come together. That opens the door for the 144. It's a big slide job out of the 00. Around goes Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn goes around here in this one. The caution flag late in the race is going to fly as Jordan LaFawn worked himself up into position number 3, and unfortunately now at the back of the pack, T-Jack collected in that one as well, as we will take a look back and see what happened here. As man, some crazy racing action back here, and I'm amazed they made it this long as we saw some contact here out of the 00 and the 822 ride in corner 3 and 4 as T-Jack trying to cut down the racetrack. The 00 already there. Jordan LaFawn sees that, throws a big run up on the high side to work himself around both of them. And then Ethan Bowers goes for the slider there in corner number 1 and 2, and unfortunately just slides up over the nose here of Jordan LaFawn. I don't think LaFawn was even expecting that out of the 00 ride as he slides up in front of him. It's that left front tire, and you can see some pretty heavy damage there on the left front for Jordan LaFawn. The car just hooks around, loses the rear end, and then here comes Bradley Means, going to get a piece of him. The 29 ride of Lane Phillips, nowhere to go, gets a big piece of that 144 ride as well. Cody Gagliano trying to avoid his teammate down low there as the 144 goes for a quick little loop-de-loop as we'll get them stacked up, wrapped up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. Jamie Massey did not want to see that caution flag, as now late in the race, we get him stacked up, racked up, and right back to his rear bumper here in this one. Woo! Chat, this is going to be something here late in this race, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to see what could be either an absolute perfect restart from Jamie Massey or an absolute chaos-filled start here behind him, as we see a lot of hungry drivers trying to work themselves inside the top three, trying to pick up the win here tonight in this one, as T-Jack Tyler Jackson looks like he's going to take his car off the racetrack as well as he takes it down pit side. A heartbreaker there for T-Jack. We also saw the 11 ride of Shane Yates down pit side, as well as Jordan LaFawn. A heartbreaker there for a few of those drivers, as we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Jamie Massey out in front. Stephen Gaines and Bradley Means now back there behind him, as down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, we're going to see the green flag fly here once again. The green flag out and about here for Jamie Massey with 2 more laps left to go. A 2-lap shootout here to finish things off, as Stephen Gaines sticking right there with them, about half a car length down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Gaines up to the extreme high side. Jamie Massey down the bottom side is going to see the white flag fly. One more time around here for Jamie Massey. Contact! Stephen Gaines gets a piece of him. Stephen Gaines going to go almost around there, loses a ton of momentum, as Jamie Massey for the final time down into corner number 3. Nice and easy out of corner number 4. It's Jamie Massey picking up the checker flag here in this one, as some contact. Back there for third is Grady Ehrman going to beat Lane Phillips across the start-finish line there in that third position, as it was all Jamie Massey here in this one. Bradley Means there in second, and Grady Ehrman in position number 3. Lane Phillips, Stephen Gaines rounding out our top 5 with Jeremy Vaughn, Cody Gagliano, Lon Franks, James Stockton, and Jacob Stefanski rounding out the field, as Massey gonna burn down the house in the Cruz Condell number 55 ride, as Jamie sporting his House of Speed NLR Teammates paint scheme here tonight in this one, as Cruz picking up the win. Not Cruz, Jamie Massey picking up the win in the Cruz Condell paint scheme. Woo! Chat, wowzers. What a run, what a drive, what a finish right there for Jamie Massey, as he's able to pick up the win and parks his ride up here in victory lane. A crazy race and a crazy run right there for all these drivers, man, as that was a heck of a show and a heck of a battle there, and that was a close one for poor old Jamie Massey, barely able to hang on to that one, as he was he had to hang on to a pretty wheel right there as the contact was made. And yeah, there was some pretty tough racing back there, some pretty rough racing for that third position, as well as, man, crazy couple closing laps right there. A heartbreaker for Jordan LaFawn and almost a heartbreaker for Jamie Massey, but luckily enough, he was able to hang on to that steering wheel and keep the 55 ride pointing in the right direction, as we'll get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here with our top 3. I don't have the Discord to that channel, so if Jamie or any of the other 2 drivers want to have a post-race interview, tell them to jump into my Discord. I'll be in my Discord. PeaceMaker Discord. I'm pretty sure all 3 of them are in there. Grady drove lane like a... No swearing, Nathan. No swearing. Yeah, he tried, and Bowers destroyed Jordan. Yeah, it was a bit of a rough race there towards the end. The first 35 laps of that race, even first 40 laps of that race, were actually very good racing. A lot of great battles out there, some great 3-4 wide out there on the racetrack, and then those closing 10 laps kind of got a little bit wild here for all these drivers, as we're going to get ready to bring our top 3 up into the broadcast booth. Okay, they're in the open lobby. That works as well, as we're going to get ready to pull Jamie Massey up here into the Peacemaker Gaming broadcasting booth here for his post-race interview. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the 55 ride here this evening of Jamie Massey, as we gonna get ready to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
What's up?
Not much. Jamie, my boy. First off, take us through paint scheme here this evening as we saw you running the 55 ride of Cruz Condell here in this one, and not your regular 19 ride as you've thrown a little lump there to your teammate.
No, man, I'm subbing for him. That was Cruz's win there. I was just trying to. He's leading the points. He couldn't be here tonight, and Eddie was nice enough to let me to sub for him, and I was trying to get max points all I could, man, and yeah, that's what it was about. I'm just a sub. I don't race for points or nothing like that. I was just here for Cruz, man.
Man, a great run and a great drive, though, for you here in this one. As I didn't know that. This is the first time I've done the broadcast here for the NWRA, but for Cruz, having to fill in, to come in and fill his shoes, obviously picking up Jamie Massey is a pretty good driver to pick to come in and sub. Yeah, that's kind of like, I don't even know, what would that be like? That would be like a local dirt street stock driver bringing in Kyle Larson to run their dirt street stock on a regular Saturday night show. Like, talk about trying to bring in a ringer here as you come in and lead every single lap and put on a show here for us and pick up the checkered flag, putting the 55 right up in victory lane.
Yeah, man, that means a lot. First and foremost, Cruz is just as good as me, man. He's a hell of a wheel, man, and they kind of got it done right over here in NWRA. You got to have about the same I rating and around the same skill level, so it ain't just some big name coming over here and running for somebody who's got a 2,000 I rating. And so me and Cruz about the same, and I feel like he would have won that race and just as much as I would have won it. So it worked out, man, and I'm just thankful to run with NWRA, man. I ran with NWRA years ago, and it was one of the best leagues I'd ever been in, and I felt right back at home over here tonight when I was here, and I was just happy to be here, and it was a good race, man. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. A ton of fun, a ton of great racing action there in this one. But late in this race, you see a late race caution flag, and you bring the rest of the field right back to your rear bumper after you opened up a pretty commanding lead there, over 2 seconds of an advantage over Stephen Gaines and Tyler Jackson and the rest of the field here. What was going through your mind knowing that you had some pretty fast cats back there behind you on your back bumper with a 2-lap shootout? What was going through your thought process there coming back to the green flag?
Oh man, you know, I'm not mad about nothing, dude. I had a freaking ball. I know you got to get up on the wheel there at the end. He was, you know, Steven had a good run on us till I found that cut down lane, and I was rolling, pulled away, and you got a green white checker, man. It's get going or get moved, and he threw it in there and rubbed me a little bit, and it kind of I seen it coming, so I kind of turned left to make sure the contact didn't spin me, that maybe it bit him, and I'm not sure. I thought Bradley was gonna get us there at the end, but man, we held on, and like I said, it's just all for Cruz, man. A good points night for him, and it is what it is. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. As long as you had fun out there on the racetrack and did what you're supposed to do here this evening, and that's be the ringer here for Cruz Condell and his championship hopes with the NWRA. Jamie, who would you like to thank personally and for Cruz here this evening for such a great run and great drive here at the dirt track at Charlotte?
Yeah, man. I just want to thank everybody over at NLR, House of Speed, Papa Mike's Promotions, uh, 42 Graphics, Heartland Harley Davidson, Mama Bear, Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Grip Hackney Live, you for broadcasting, and Eddie and them for putting this NWR, man. Like I said, it's a great league, and thanks to Cruz for letting me wheel this thing, and maybe he'll be sick next week and I can wheel it again. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, Jamie. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the great run and the checkered flag here in this one. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack in the next one. Hopefully, we'll see you right back up here in Victory Lane.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Jamie Massey, as Jamie picks up the checkered flag and parks the 55 ride here this evening, subbing in for Cruz Condell into Victory Lane. So, Cruz, gotta be pretty happy with the turn of events here in this one, picking up the checkered flag for him, getting max points out of the evening. Nothing like bringing in a ringer like Jamie Massey into the picture here to sub you out for the evening, as Jamie came in and did what he's supposed to do, and that's bring home as many points as possible for that 55 ride. And Crew's got to be absolutely ecstatic about that one and his championship hopes here this evening as we get ready to pull in our second place finisher. Bradley Means, the 0B machine, picking up 8 spots here on the evening from 10th to 2nd here for the 0B ride as we get ready to pull Bradley up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Brad, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Bradley, my boy, a great run and a great drive as you're able to navigate yourself up through the field here late in this race with a little bit of beating and banging, a lot of bumping and scrubbing up there towards the front of the field. Slowly but surely you're able to, dodge a couple bullets, dodge some of the chaos and carnage, and work that 0B ride right up into position number 2 as Stephen Gaines got pretty loose there, lost a lot of momentum as he made contact with Jamie Massey there for the race lead on the white flag lap. You were able to cruise around the outside of him and right there into position number 2. Jamie fought for a hot moment there that you were going to be able to jump up and take the win away from him here, but unfortunately just couldn't get the run you needed to jump up and get around Jamie Massey here in this one.
Yeah, be honest, just got really lucky. I'm not even gonna lie. It was definition of be there at the right place, right time with all those cautions. I know the caution with Ethan definitely helped me out. It set me up, I think, like 3-4 spots, and then yeah, that last little contact with Steven and Jamie really helped me out.
Absolutely, as you park the 0B right up here in position number 2 in the NWRA League. Man, a great run and a great drive. Take us kind of back through some of the craziness we saw here in this race. We saw a lot of, 3, 4, 5 wide racing out there. You're right in the middle of it, just trying to survive for quite a while here in this race as we saw the racetrack, go from pretty tacky all the way around, getting pretty burnt off, and drivers having to really search around the racetrack and try to figure out, different lanes and different runs to be able to work themselves through the field.
Yeah, no, it was definitely tricky. A lot of it was just keep momentum up, so I kept trying to run the top, and I was following Lane because Lane was pretty fast. So I was just gonna follow him, see where he went, and then if he made any spots, I would just follow him. But then, whenever there's an open window, you gotta just go right through it.
Absolutely, gotta take those opportunities when they present themselves, and you made the right moves at the right time to park the 0B ride up here on the podium in position number 2. Bradley, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
I'd like to thank all the guys at DSR and Adrenaline. They help us, and they help us get some practice in and learn these tracks better and better. I'd like to thank Eddie for hosting these and doing this league, and then I'd also like to thank you for doing this race itself.
Absolutely, Brad. A great run and a great drive. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack in the next one, and hopefully we see you right back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe right back up here in Victory Lane.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have yourself a great night.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher. Bradley Means is Bradley coming home here in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for the 0B machine as we get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the 43. It is Grady Ehrman coming home in that third spot as we'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Grady, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
You're
Grady, my boy, a great run and a great drive here for you. Slowly but surely, you're able to follow your teammate right on through into a podium finish here as late in this race you were able to make the move there. Obviously, we saw some pretty hard contact between you and Lane Phillips as you guys duked it out, and some elbows up driving down through corner 3 and 4 as you were able to just beat them back across the line here for that third and final podium finish, man. Take us back through this race as you were able to pick up 9 spots and right there late in this race make some moves and pick up that third and final podium finish.
Well, I was just trying to bite my time and follow Bradley and make sure I didn't wreck him. Just trying to keep my head on a swivel and follow the leader pretty much and follow everybody in front of me. There wasn't really much to it. I didn't even bother saving my tires, so yeah, and unfortunately I did get in the lane on the last lap, and I do feel really bad about that because there's no intentional there. That was just strictly accident. I thought he was up higher than what he was. Yeah, that's that's my bad on that one.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, contact happens, full fender racing, and I don't know if you guys run mirrors or anything else in these, but I mean, it's pretty hard when it's the final lap. You're trying to get everything you can out of the car. You know, you expect a guy to be somewhere he might not be, and unfortunately, just the contact being made. I mean, that's racing happens every single day of the year when we have racing action, whether it's iRacing or real life racing. You know, you just can't sometimes know that that car is there to your outside, and fortunate contact there, but still, luckily enough, Lane able to hang on to the ride and not getting spun around or anything else, and nothing malicious there. Just, you know, some beating and banging and rubbing and scrubbing there across the start finish line as you're able to just edge out in front of them and park that 43 ride up here in position number 3. Is Brady, a great run and a great drive, picking up 9 spots here in this one and parking that ride here in position number 3. Man, who would you like to thank for such a strong run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, all my teammates, Bradley James, Seth, Blake, trying to think if there's everybody else. Kyle, Johnny, Joey, Roth Excavating, Sipes Lawn Care, Sipes Driveway Ceiling, Juju Sweets, Dark Side and Adrenaline Racing, of course, and you for putting on the stream for tonight, picking up the stream, and NWRA for the race.
Absolutely, brother. Grady, a great run and a great drive here tonight in this one. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack here in the future, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better, and back up in victory lane yourself.
Oh, yeah, me too, man.
Beauty, enjoy the rest of your night.
You too, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our third place finisher, Grady Ehrman. Josh says, Grady did it on purpose. Laugh my ass off. JK. Yeah. I mean, that was good. That was good. He got a little chuckle out of me. Maybe not on the outside, but on the inside. He got a little chuckle. That was funny. You know, sometimes Healy can be kind of a funny guy. Sometimes. Don't let that go to your head, though. Don't let that go to your head. Oh, my God. I think for the longest time we said DWE up there, not DWR. Rookie move right there. Can't spell. As we'll get ready to pull in. I don't think Eddie is in the thing here, so let's hide those. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to pull in, I do believe, the owner and the guy with the master plan here, the man behind everything here, NWRA, as we'll get ready to pull Eddie up into the broadcast booth as I can see him up in the waiting room here. As a quick shout out I want to throw to Jacob Stefanski in the 32 ride. Jacob picking up 13 positions here in the hard charger here tonight in that 32 ride as he finishes off the top 10 here with a big run going from 23rd to 10th here on the evening. So a big run for the 32 with Jacob Stefanski and getting that hard charger here on the day as we get ready. We're going to pull Eddie up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Eddie, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
I do. What's up?
Not much. Eddie, I saw you in here. I figured maybe you wanted to hop in and, you know, shout out any sponsors or anything else. Obviously, I didn't really get any sponsors for tonight, so they weren't on the broadcast. So I don't know if you have any sponsors you want to shout out or anything else here for the NWRA.
Yeah, for sure. Bad Company Racing, for one. They sponsored the Pure Stocks this season, or the Street Stocks. I call them Pure Stocks just because they're fixed. But Bad Company Racing, for sure, they helped us get everything going this season. And you know, the Plum Wild Podcast, Dirty Dig Performance, Mountain View Plumbing, Aaron's Setup Shop, Catalytic Recovery. You know, this is the main sponsors of the league that helped us out this season. And yeah, I want to say a big thanks to you. You came on last minute. I know Tim reached out to you, so I appreciate you coming out here last minute and making sure this thing got broadcasted for us.
Absolutely, brother. As I always try to get everyone in there, try to get as many leagues in as I can, and you guys definitely made me work here tonight in this one. As man, you guys put on a wild show, and a lot of good heavy hitters, a lot of great talented drivers in the field, putting on a great show for us, man. That was a lot of fun, and I'm happy to always jump in and try to help you guys out if I got the time to do so.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I appreciate it. Tim says I'm going to reach out to PeaceMaker. I'm like, all right, do it. And he said you're coming on, so I was like, it's perfect. Our other broadcaster couldn't be here tonight to family obligations. So, like I said, I really appreciate you coming out here last minute. I know you had the other league, but I appreciate you fitting us in and making sure we got this thing broadcasted for our drivers and our sponsors and everyone that tunes in to watch.
Absolutely, brother Eddie. Always my pleasure. And unfortunately, I gotta hop out here. I gotta get. I gotta go to bed as I gotta be up in like 6 hours to go to work. So, man, thanks for having me, and thanks for all the drivers coming in and putting on our show, and obviously a huge shout out again to all the sponsors that make the NWRA possible here each and every season.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Eddie Farnes, the man with the plan, the master man, making sure that every one of these drivers, tries to stay cool out there on the racetrack and tries to make sure that, everyone kind of, stays decent out there, make sure that, everyone kind of follows the rules and obviously makes the hard calls and makes sure that the night goes on smoothly and everything else. And everything else, man. That was a great show, a great race, man. There was a lot of great talented drivers there in this one. A ton of very, very fast cars and a lot of fun, a lot of great racing action, and obviously another great broadcast. And I can't thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in, everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, and shares. If I didn't shout you out, I do apologize, but everyone coming in, showing all the love with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers coming on board, coming in, showing the love here throughout this one. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I would give you shout outs if I could. If you want, come in tomorrow evening during our next broadcast tomorrow night, and I'll make sure I give you any shout outs or anything else. If I missed your comments or anything else, if they were important, make sure you tag me in them or something even after the stream, and I'll try to get back to them in the morning here as much as possible. But unfortunately, chat, I am going to call it there on that note, as I got to get ready for I gotta get ready for bed. I gotta get ready for bed. I'm going crazy here. I'm going crazy. I gotta get some food into me. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get ready to go to work here, in like 6 hours. So peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. Peace out, baby. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your night.